Have you ever been there? Lying awake at night, your mind is just racing. You're feeling completely overwhelmed. You're not alone in that. So many of us know that feeling all too well. The weight of the day, all the worries about what's coming tomorrow. It can feel like a really lonely battle, but tonight, we're going to talk about a powerful source of comfort for that exact moment.
So here's a big question for us. Can ancient scripture, these words written thousands of years ago, actually quiet a modern racing mind? Can it really lead to peaceful sleep? Well, in this explainer, we're going to dive right into that.
I mean, this is the experience, right? Lying there, wrestling with all these worries, replaying conversations from the day, and just feeling that dread about what tomorrow might bring. The thing is, the ancient texts we're looking at, they get it. They knew this was a universal human struggle, and they offer a really clear path toward peace.
So first, let's just take a moment to really look at the problem itself. Let's talk about the anxious mind at night. Because, to really get why the solution works, we've got to understand the challenge we're up against in those quiet, dark hours.
Okay, so how do we actually use scripture as a tool to calm our minds? How does it go from just being words on a page to something that brings real, genuine peace? This next part is all about that transformation, turning reading into a real, active resource for your mind.
The main idea at work here is something psychologists call cognitive reframing. And it's actually a pretty simple concept. It's just the act of consciously replacing those anxious, looping thoughts with a different, more trusted story. So instead of rehearsing your fears over and over, you rehearse a divine promise. You're literally giving your mind a brand new script to read from.
And it even goes a step deeper than that. The goal isn't just think positive thoughts. It's about something we could call surrender-induced cognitive relief. By intentionally handing over control of your worries through prayer, you take that massive burden off your own mind. You're no longer responsible for solving everything at 2 in the morning. And that single act of surrender, wow, it can bring such immediate relief.
And this is where it all becomes really practical, really tangible. This isn't just some abstract theory. You can see it right here. Take Philippians 4, for instance. The promise is so specific. God's peace will literally guard your heart and your mind. And the action step? It's just as specific, a simple prayer. Lord, I give you this worry. It's like a direct exchange. You give him your worry, and in return, you get his peace.
So, building on that idea, let's look at some of these incredible promises of peace and protection. These are some of the most powerful verses people have clung to for centuries when they've been desperate for a little rest for their minds.
This verse from Psalm 4 is just a perfect example. The writer makes a direct link. I will lie down and sleep in peace because you alone, Lord, make me dwell in safety. See that? The peace is a direct result of trusting in that protection. It's cause and effect.
And, of course, there's the famous Psalm 23. The imagery here just does all the heavy lifting, doesn't it? Green pastures, still waters. These phrases paint a picture of such profound calm and safety. When you meditate on these images, the idea is that they can actually begin to restore your soul, bringing your mind to that place of rest.
Now this offers such a core reassurance. The reason you can sleep is because your protector does not. Just think about that. The idea that someone is watching over you, keeping you from harm when you're at your most vulnerable, that's meant to be a direct counterattack to all those fears that creep in at night.
All right, so how do we take all these powerful ideas and actually turn them into a consistent habit? Let's walk through a super simple, repeatable bedtime ritual that you can literally start using tonight.
You know, the best part about this whole practice is just how simple it is. It doesn't have to be complicated at all. Really, it just boils down to these 3 steps. First, pick one verse to focus on. Just one. Second, say a short prayer where you name one specific worry and intentionally let it go. And third, as you breathe deeply, just repeat a calming phrase from that verse over and over. Something like, He restores my soul, or I will dwell in safety. That's it.
And finally, it's so important to understand that this practice points to something much deeper than just getting 8 hours of shut-eye. The ultimate goal here is to go beyond just sleep and to find true, profound rest for your soul.
And there's a really key difference here. Physical sleep, that restores your body. But spiritual rest, that renews your soul. It's a gift you receive through trust, by releasing those burdens we've been talking about. And what's amazing is that so often, when you find that spiritual rest, physical sleep just naturally follows.
This verse from Matthew, it's maybe the ultimate invitation.
It's not a command to try harder, to muscle your way into falling asleep. It's an offer to receive rest from a source totally outside of yourself. This is the core promise that this entire practice is built on.
So as we wrap up, this all comes back to you, right here, right now. This isn't just some interesting theory, it's an invitation to do something. So think about your own life, your own anxieties. What is the one worry, just one, that you could choose to release tonight?